Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. As you can see, we are back in the same car park as the last video because I just think it's easier to do it when there's no one about. So, Q&A and update today. Now, again, apologies if you're not getting the video out last weekend, but that is because I was sorting out the situation with the Mini, so I'll just be telling you about that in this video. But we'll get on with the Q&A first, and then I'll talk to you a couple of things I've done with the MX-5 and then the situation with the Mini. So Q&A, I've had a few questions. I'll just get the list up now. Where are we? Now the first one is from a car club called Mindriven Car Club. Now if you don't follow these on Instagram or follow them on YouTube, make sure you go and do that, because they are they're based in Northamptonshire and they support mental illness and mental health, and they're raising money for the Alzheimer's Society, so make sure you go and check them out. Really good page. They're actually doing a spring drive event in April, which, depending on the situation with the Mini, I might be going to that, but I'm not quite sure yet. But yeah, make sure you go and follow them, because they're, great page. I'll put the link down to their Instagram account below, and also their YouTube channel as well, because they're putting videos on there as well. So yeah, so the first question from them is opinions on BMW Minis or Binis. Do you like them? Well, I suppose I don't actually call them Binis, I call them BMW Minis, because essentially they're just, they're just underneath, it's just a BMW, most of the parts. I don't really agree with the marketing side of it, trying to, when it says it harks back to the original, I don't agree with that, because I don't really see how a modern Mini really looks anything like an old Mini. Like, you've got the, headlights, you've got the centre dial in the middle, like the, original, but yeah, no, I'll not go too much into this, but I'm not a massive fan of the new ones. Now, the shape I do like, which I probably would have one actually, is I think it's the R56, so it's the sort of the 2006 to 2013 shape, that nice rounded shape. I just think the new ones are a bit big, they're a bit sort of, especially the John Cooper Works ones. I mean, no doubt they're an amazing car, and to be fair, I would probably have one, but I'm not a massive fan on the BMW Minis, but they do look good on the road though, to be fair. So I do like them, but I don't think I'd own one. Not, I guess, especially not going from rear wheel drive back to front wheel drive, but I don't know. Maybe what happens. Let's see what happens in the future. Who knows? Chris Francis, M2 comp review. Yes. So, if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that. Well, I've sort of mentioned this before. My dad used to own Classic Mini, like me, and an MX-5, like me. He sold both of them and bought an M2 competition. So BMW M2 competition. So yeah, he bought one of them. Amazing car. Review, yeah, possibly in the future. We'll do a review on that car, and we'll see. But I'll pop a photo in now just so you can see that if anyone's interested. But yeah, if you do want to see a review, comment on this video. We'll see how many comments we get and if it's worth doing a review or not. So yeah, thanks for that. Matt S. Money no object, what is your 3-car garage? Besides owning a Mini, what other classic car, 25 years or older, what would you want to own? So obviously a Mini. What other classic? Probably a DB5, I think. DB5. Yeah, Aston Martin DB5, I just think they look fantastic. I'll have one of them in the garage with a Mini, and then probably sort of a daily car. Ooh, it's tough. Probably an M5 competition, I think. Something like that. I'm not a massive Ferrari fan. or a Lamborghini fan. I'm more German, really. I like a lot of German cars. So yeah, probably a DB5, an M5 competition, and a classic Mini in my garage. So it's not a bad garage to have, really. But there's loads of cars, really. What's your dream car? Again, this is from Mindriven Car Club. What's your dream car? I've been thinking about this one actually, and very hard to think of one, because let's face it, there's that many cars out there. Probably a 911 Singer. So if you don't, you haven't heard of Singer, it's basically a reimagined classic 911, done modern mechanicals on it. So yeah, Singer, 911 Singer, but they're sort of the $500,000 up for one of those. But probably have one of them, just because the way they're made, the detail and everything on them. Again, if you follow Singer Vehicle Design on Instagram, some of them photos are just unbelievable. And then Stephen Jones, what got you into the Minis? It's a mixture of things, really, with that one. My brother had one as his first car, which I drove, a 1977 Leyland Mini. So we had that, and I drove that, and I actually didn't like the way it drove. I wasn't a fan of it, funnily enough. It's quite weird. So we had that, used that as his first car. I think he had it for 3 years. He had it 3 years, I think. It might have been 2, I can't remember now. So he had that, and then I wasn't really, obviously I love the car and everything, but I wasn't massively like, oh my god, it was a Mini sort of thing, until I was following my mate in his, he had a classic Mini as his first car, and it had a stupid loud exhaust on, but it looked right, it looked really good on the road, and I just thought, I love that, you know. And then I don't know, I started seeing a few more about, and I just thought, yeah, let's see if I can get one. And that's really how it got started, really. So he's playing my mate, really, for that one. Yeah, so any more comments, drop down below. I know, obviously, as I say, it was supposed to be going live last weekend, but that didn't happen, as I mentioned earlier. So yeah, the Mini, again, if you didn't watch my previous video, go and check that out. I'll pop that below. It's gone to a specialist called IK Classics. So they deal and specialise in classic vehicle restoration. So they do E-types, DB5s, they do Countachs, they do all sorts of really nice stuff. Got a quote from them for the work that was that discussed, and it was 5-figure sum. And I thought, wow, okay, this is a lot. You know, it went from sort of a couple of grand repair job to a £5 bill. Now, if anyone has Minis, also, well, yeah, that's what happens. And they stripped the car down. They found a couple of little minor areas that needed attention. So the upshot of it is, I basically couldn't afford that, because it was, it was nearly as much as the car was worth. So it was as much as I paid for the car. So I couldn't justify paying that amount of money. So I actually went up and saw the car on my own, went round the car, because what they actually put on the estimate, sitting down looking at that estimate, what they put on the estimate was a bit excessive, I thought, for what I wanted doing. So they were sort of putting, oh, we'll replace this panel, replace that panel, and I'm thinking, do you really need to replace the panel when it's just a tiny little bit of rust? So the upshot of it is, I went around the car again, and I explained to them exactly what I wanted to do in real detail. So still doing an amazing job, still doing it to a really high quality, but avoid massive amount of time into it, because basically the part of the build which was really expensive was the labour. So trying to keep that cost down as much as possible really, but without, you know, doing a, you know, a bodge job, if you like. So you know, it's still going to look amazing when it's finished, but now it's a 4-figure sum, still a high 4-figure sum, but it's not a, you know, I can just about manage that in terms of, you know, getting over it really, the price. But if anyone knows, well, people who've got minis will know, bodywork is not cheap at all. It's so expensive, and I've realised that now. But you know, that's the risk you take when you buy a mini. You know, they do rust, and I could have left it for another year. I could have done, but it was just starting to annoy me. It was bugging me, little areas. I'm thinking, if I leave it another year, it's just going to get worse. So if people have seen the car, I know some of you have actually seen the car in person, will think, well, it was perfect, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you looked really close in detail, and I'm quite OCD, especially the passenger side sill has actually literally just collapsed. Well, not collapsed, but it's just the seam on the passenger side upper sill has just gone basically. It's just crumbled. So that obviously needs to be sorted out, along with a few other little bits. So I'll be doing a full review of the car once it's back. Now, they were saying timescale wise, they were actually saying sort of midsummer, and I was like, I've got shows booked, and I didn't really want to be without the car for, you know, much more than sort of 3 months, really. But now I've sort of told them exactly what I want to do. They've said we can have it, turn it around hopefully by the end of April. So fingers crossed, by the end of April it'll be back just in time for its MOT, and then I've got a few other little bits to finish off with the wheels, and possibly a new steering rack as well, because this knocking noise, possibly the steering rack, but we need to just 100% check that. But that's something we'll be doing back at home rather than them. But I've no doubt the job's going to be, I've seen the work they do, and it's just absolutely amazing. If you don't, I think they are on Instagram, but you're better off going to if you're in or around Sheffield. It's actually at Home Firth, so it's definitely worth going to. I mean, people have been from all around the world, people from New Zealand, Australia, been to this little, you know, car cafe. It's a fantastic place. Really, really recommend you go there. So I'll drop the link down to that as well if you're interested in going there. And if you go, they do garage tours as well on certain dates. They're all on the website. Amazing place. And if you go in the next month, so you'll probably see my mini in bits. So I put some of them shots on the last video of it sort of stripped down. But yeah, it's quite sad seeing it just, you know, no arches on and no doors on, and yeah. But anyway, so that's the situation with the mini. Hopefully done by the end of April. So there we go. Now, in terms of this car, I did mention again in the last video, I fitted the Alcantara door cards. I've fitted them now, which I shall just show you. So it's hard to see really, but they're all nice Alcantara on there. I've also fitted as well. I'll just step outside the car. I've fitted. In fact, sorry, I just need to put the. 1 second. No, why is that not working? Come on. Hang on a second. Just the joys of keyless. Come on. Let's do that now. Come on. There we go. I fitted these. So LED indicators, sort of, rather than the sort of pulsating, they're just sort of on and off now. A lot brighter. And obviously they match the rear. Cool little rear indicators as well. So fitted that. That's about it. It just needs a really good wash. I haven't been washed for 2 weeks, but we're currently possibly facing Storm Dennis, which is yeah, I think it's on its way. So yeah, really happy with those. Now that is it for the Mazda for now. Not probably doing much else to it, because obviously I've spent quite a bit on it, and I've got a few big bills coming up with the Mini. Now, in terms of the Jag, fitted a new rear passenger side lower arm, so there's quite a bit of playing the bushes on that car, so that's been fitted, that's a lot better. So that's parked back up just up the road actually in the garage space. Not sure when that'll be used next. eventually, but I'm trying to get a full review on that car, but as I say, the weather at the minute's not good at all. I'm trying to do a review on this, but yeah, it's just that weather. That weather is a killer at the minute, but that is it. So as always, just like, comment, subscribe, drop any comments down below, likes, you know, anything. Check out all my other videos I've done. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.